Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again today for Baby Scott Scraps, day number 5. Today, again, I randomly picked a page kit out of the stack that I made last month, and this is one of my 50th birthday party. It was from 2014, so it's time to get it in a book, and I'm looking at it going, oh, it was so much thinner back then. I wish that will be another one of my resolutions this month. Anyway, we used to have our camper along with my sister at a campground close by. We are no longer camping there, but it's a fun memory of some of the parties we had out there. So I have 3 pictures, one of me, one of my sister Lori, who doesn't camp out there, and then one of my niece and my nephew and my niece's boyfriend at the time. And so I'm just going to kind of put together and layer different stuff together. So I took my 12 by 12 piece of paper, which I think is probably Heidi Swap, if I remember. And it's a very, very busy piece of paper. But I love the colors that are in there with the pinks and the greens. And to me, it kind of had more of the nature kind of colors. That's why I picked these birthday pictures, because to me it kind of is a fun, happy campgroundish kind of picture. So I took and I tore off a piece of the pink and a piece of that green that I had thrown in my kit from my scraps. And then I had in my closet a Heidi Swap 8.5 by 8.5 paper pad. I don't think I've ever used this paper. I think I got it on sale at Hobby Lobby, and the sticker shows it was on clearance from $8.99. It was on sale for $4.99. So time to get it on a layout. And so I decided I needed something, a bigger piece other than the scraps that I had to kind of mat it. So I grabbed this piece of wood grain paper, and I thought it went really well with the whole mood and feel of the layout. So I cut my pictures down. Right now they're still at full size. To get them to all fit, I'm going to cut them down to 4 by 4, and I am just going to mat them into a kind of a grid. And I've done this kind of a layout before, and I think every time you do it, it still looks different in your book because you're using different papers and different embellishments. Even though it's a similar style to what I've used in the past, it's different. Now, the one thing I did find is that the green piece of paper is not a full 12 inches wide. So when I was tearing things apart, I did have to layer, and then I ruffled it up. And so it looks intentional, like I'm just putting a bunch of layers together and not that I'm just trying to fit it. And even in the bottom part, you'll see that I even tear the green in half again and give it that same layered look that the top had. And so it looks intentional, and not that I'm trying to piece it together. So now that I have my matting together, now I'm just going to build up my 4 clusters. So I decided to take this tab that had summer memories. I cut it in half, and I'm able to fit it like a tab of a file folder up above. And so I'm going to have my first cluster down there. I took the frame that I had that I fussy cut out of a paper or pad, and I can't remember which collection that's from, and I'm going to use that for my journaling down at the bottom. I have my camper that I put in there, and I have the tag that says "You got this," and I'm just going around with the different embellishments and building up the layers. And I end up using every single piece of die cuts and fussy cut flowers and things that I had pulled out. Everything gets on the layout. So I'm kind of excited about that. I had nothing left over. I used even all of the enamel dots. So while I'm going and fussing with that and getting everything spread out, I just want to remind you to check out and subscribe to everyone that's in the description box below, because not everyone's playing along every day. They're doing what they can throughout the month. I'm going to be playing every day. Some people might not. Some people are going to combine it with other projects that they have. And if you want to play along too, I'm just challenging everyone to making some kind of a project. Your only restrictions is you can only use one full sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Everything else is with scraps or smaller paper pads, and go from there. We're just trying to make room in our stash by using some of the old to make room for some of the new scraps and the new supplies that we buy throughout 2021. And by doing it every day, we're going to start the month off strong and get these lovely papers into our albums and get those memories scrapbooked. Or again, if you want to do embellishments, traveler's notebooks, just have fun and play with your stash. So right now I'm just going ahead and adhering everything down. And the last thing I'll do is I will sprinkle the enamel dots through. And again, make sure that you subscribe or you follow the people that are on Instagram, because we don't know what days they're going to be playing along. You want to make sure that you're a subscriber to all their channels so that you can see when the new projects come up and they can inspire you to also go ahead and play along. Also, Shannon with She's Crafty is starting a new project this month, and she is doing a 10-week challenge with paper pads. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure you check out her as well. Here are some close-ups of the layout, and I did do journaling in both of the sections off camera. I want to thank you for stopping by, and we will see you tomorrow for layout number 6. Have a great day. Bye-bye.